Because you see opportunities. Because let me tell you something. When you come from the UK, we're not taught to necessarily be business minded like that, right? You're taught to, you go to school, when you finish school, you go get a job, you work for somebody. But when you come to Ghana, there's something entrepreneurial. Everybody's doing something.
Yeah.
You know, they've got their hands in many things. And so it kind of rubbed off on us. And so especially for me, I was just like, you know what, I want to do this. And like when I came to Ghana, my personality completely changed.
Wow.
And then one day I was frustrated with some things in Ghana because I didn't know that you could have like so much light off. I didn't know you could run out of gas. I didn't know the internet will finish. So I put the camera on one day and I just started talking about all this stuff that was a surprise to me. And then people started watching and started engaging. And I was like, oh,
that's
okay.
Right. It's you told us that you have 4 kids. But if I see this, I'll be 16 years. I get baby like this. So if I touch my dino, I go tell mommy. Guys, she's so pretty. Like she's 16 years and she looks so beautiful. That's how I see her. But like she says she has 4 kids.
Yeah. I didn't even know YouTube pays all. I didn't even know you could get money from that until I went.
Having fun, actually.
Yes, I was just posting anything that I thought was interesting. I'll just post. Until the day I met Wodemaya and he was like, what are you doing? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, but you were one of the first people here doing this YouTube thing and you've just like, you're not doing it properly. I said, what do you mean? He's like, do you know you can make money? I said, You say what? Come again?
Yes.
And he was like, yes. He said, let me show you. I nearly fell off my chair. I was like, what? And I was in Ghana and I was broke.
Yeah.
I didn't have money at the time. And I was like, so all this time I could have been doing this and tapping into all this money and I didn't know. I did not know. So the journey let's just say, right, these Ghana girls out here, they're something else sometimes. You know, like they're dangerous. They are dangerous. And honestly, for me, that wasn't necessarily the reason, but it was the icing on the cake. There was a lot of layers to the breakdown. I'm actually in the process of writing a book, so you'll get to know about it. I'm just very determined. I'm very focused. I believe that there's things that are meant for me and I'm supposed to do them. And so I just put my head down and every day I take a step and I take a step and I take a step and I just keep going. I can't focus on what he's doing or what he's not doing because that will just...
Hey guys, what's up guys? It's your boy Sketch and I'm back on Creators Corner with the most beautiful, the most number 9 in the building. We have Multidella in the building.
Hey! That was so much hype. I'm like, oh my gosh, that intro was too much.
You know, before you came here, there was a friend who was telling me that, look, oh, that girl, she's so cute. Like, if she comes to your house, let me know so I'll come and visit her. I was like, hey.
No, what? Me? Oh my gosh.
So the latest hot gist is, I just told him straightforward that, look, you know what? Recently, I've got to realize that Multidella has been posting some man's hand, some man's leg, some man's, you know?
Oh, no, we're going to go there.
Straight like that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
you went there. Okay, yeah.
And I realized that these days you are glowing, you know?
Oh my gosh, yes. So, let me give you the tea.
Yeah, give us a tea.
So, there was a man on the scene.
Yeah.
But, you know, it didn't quite work out.
This was quite recent.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
No, it didn't work out. No, it didn't work out. So I actually just recently did a video about it, just explaining that, you know, because my dad recently passed away, it put a lot of things into perspective for me. And being in that relationship, having gone through the funeral and stuff, I just thought, you know what? Really, when I look at my life, can I go to the place that I want to go to with this person? And when I thought about it, I had to be really real with myself. And I realized that actually, no, I couldn't. Because the things that I want to do, we're not really on the same kind of path. And I don't want anything to hold me back right now in that sense, you know, like, oof. Watch me. I'm going places and I need someone who can match that energy and he wasn't gonna do that for me. So while it was nice, it wasn't gonna be.
Are you right now really picking and choose like, 2 months? Nah. But so why do you, because your background, okay, we'll go back to how you started in the whole journey.
Yeah.
But your background, you brought someone out there, you showed the person was all over your channel. Then things went down. Then you started this new relationship. Me that I'm in my small space, in my small village, I got to know about it. Then all of a sudden, I'm hearing now on PSTV, on Creators Corner that there's no more there.
Yes. You know, the thing is, what I've realized about my channel is it was very much a diary of my life.
Yeah.
I feel like people pretend too much. They always.
I agree with you.
And I just feel like it's not real life. Like, how many times do people in the real world have relationships that last maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, and then it's broken?
Yeah.
Right? I'm showing you on camera, this is what's happened to me. Yeah. So, like, you know that you're normal. I'm going through the same thing that you're going through. I just put mine out there. You know, I'm not hiding anything. I'm very open person.
Yeah.
Do you see? So when it didn't work out, I always have to come back and say, it didn't work out. So I knew when I put him out there, there's a chance that this may not work, but you know, I'm still going to do it anyway, because this is what's happening in my life right now. And so I just decided to do it. So, you know.
Guys, don't blame him. It's a diary of her life. If you want to watch, go to her channel and just, it's more to that. Like,
there you go.
You know. Anyway, now let's start from the very beginning. You were not in Ghana. Yeah, I know you're Ghanaian. I'm sure your dad is an airware. From which? Keta. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. My wife actually. My wife is from Keta. Yeah. So I'm sure you're not born in Ghana anyway.
No, I wasn't. I was actually born in the UK.
Okay. So you didn't know Ghana that much.
No.
So you stayed. How many years were you in the UK before you decided, like, okay, you know what? I want to go back home.
So I was in the UK my whole life, and then I moved here. I've been in Ghana now 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so
that's good.
I know it's a milestone. Like, I ain't going anywhere. This is home, you know what I mean? Like, it has been quite the journey. I love Ghana. I never actually thought that I would be here for this amount of time. Honestly, I thought that maybe I'd be here for a stint, and then I'd probably go back, or I don't really know. I didn't really plan my life out, but since I've been here, it just feels like home. So I mean, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, we want you. We love you.
Stuck with me.
Yeah, we stuck with you. Actually, we stuck with you.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. Like, so when did you've been to Ghana like 10 years ago? What made you change your mind out? You know what? I want to relocate to Ghana, because when you came, you never went back. Yeah.
You know, it was my ex at the time. He wanted to kind of come here because he was...
Is he a Ghanaian?
Yeah. He was born here, but he left when he was 6.
Okay.
And so we came for holiday with my family in 2007, and he absolutely loved it because he hadn't been back all that time. And then he just kept on going on about wanting to move to Ghana. And I was like, no, I haven't had my children yet. I don't want to come to Ghana. But then eventually I got to a point where, you know, life in the UK was just really dry.
It's life in life. Yeah, no friends, no family.
Nothing. Like, you're just working. Like, it just didn't feel like living to me, you know? And then we came to Ghana on holiday with the children, and I saw how much they loved it. Like, the space to run around, the happiness. I felt good, the sun on my skin, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just come. Let's see what happens. Because I'm very much like that. Like, I don't need to see the full plan before I do something. So I was just like, well, let's try it. And see if it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, we just come back, you know? And
here you are.
Yeah.
You're back.
I'm here.
10 years. So, okay, so I saw this, I think Wodemaya put you on when you got into Ghana first and you started your building. And, you know, he was like, oh, yeah. But I think I was watching the video, you were showing that, oh, so you said this place will be this place, that place will be. And it was more like an uncompleted building back then. You know, how was the journey for you, like, moving into Ghana? Did you guys just move and, you know what, because we are relocating, we need to build our own house, or you felt like, oh, we need to rent and start staying, or what was the whole idea? Really,
there was no plan, honestly. We didn't have a plan. We came, we moved in with my dad, who was living in Adenta at the time.
Okay.
And then we decided, after a few months, we decided we needed to rent our own place. So we were renting for a while, and we just realized this renting thing, it's expensive. Because we weren't used to paying like 1 year up front and things like that, 2 years. I was like, it's too much. So we paid, our first rental, we paid 2 years up front. And then we realized the house had so many problems. I was like, I want my money back all. But you know, you ain't going to get it back. You can't. So you have to stick it out. So then we moved to another rental place. And then that place still had its issues. We were robbed when we were there. Like, it's just
terrible.
Yeah, it was just horrible. And then my dad said he wanted to go back to his own house because he had built a house like many years ago. When I was younger, we were actually meant to move to Ghana as a family, but it just didn't happen. Right. So at some point, my dad was like, you know what, I'm going to move back to my own home.
Wow.
And so when he was moving, we decided to move as well.
Okay.
And so we moved there. And then, I mean, his plot of land was massive.
Wow.
And so we decided to just take a slice of it because it had a boys' quarters on it, like a 2-bedroom boys' quarters. We decided to build. In fact, it wasn't even for us. We're going to build it and do Airbnb.
Wow. Business-minded people.
Yeah, exactly. It was meant to be for Airbnb. And then at some point I was like, you know what? I can't do this. And I need space.
Yeah, you need privacy with the kids.
Yeah. And so then it turned out that we were living in it for a bit, and then we started building on top, and then we decided to live on top, and then have the Airbnbs underneath. No. Yeah, and that's how it came. So we didn't actually have a plan to come to Ghana and start building. No.
Wow.
It just happened.
So situations just make you feel like, you know what, I'm tired of the brains. Okay, let me move into my dad. Let me.
Yeah.
You know what? See that plot of land. That place is just agile. We can actually do something, and then
exactly. Because you see opportunities. Because let me tell you something. When you come from the UK, we're not taught to necessarily be business minded like that, right? You're taught to, you go to school. When you finish school, you go get a job. You work for somebody. But when you come to Ghana, there's something entrepreneurial. Everybody's doing something.
Yeah.
You know, they've got their hands in many things. And so it kind of rubbed off on us. And so especially for me, I was just like, you know what, I want to do this. And like when I came to Ghana, my personality completely changed.
Wow.
I was a different person. Wow. I know I'm very introverted. I'm very, very shy.
Yes.
And so, like doing
just like my wife. That's what people say. You're introvert, but gradually you see them all over and jumping and all that. Yes.
But no, but like seriously, very, very introverted. Okay. Because like I have my moments of being an extrovert, but I'm very introverted. If you meet me at home, like I probably wouldn't say anything. I'm very quiet. You know. So I think coming here and seeing the things that people were doing, something was birthed inside me where I kind of like really wanted to do stuff. So I had this itch, like, let me see what I can do. And then I started experimenting, doing different things. And I just loved it. And I think that's what also helped me to stay here. Because I know if I go back to the UK, I may not be able to do those same things. So I just feel like I'm on a path and I need to just walk that path. And so it keeps me grounded here. And I just try my hand at anything.
And it's working.
We're trying.
Okay. I've realized there's something special about you that's so fun. I think you have some Jamaican groove on you.
Really?
Is it that you are partially related to Jamaica? I don't know, because I've seen you on your stories and you're banging on some Sean Paul or some you know, like it's all there.
Yeah. Like, you know what? I don't know what it is. You know, when I was growing up, I loved dancehall music. My parents used to listen to a lot of reggae, which is like a slower version. And I think it just stuck with me. So even when I was in schools, people used to think I was Jamaican. I'm like, no, I'm not Jamaican. But I kind of secretly wanted to be Jamaican because
I speak a little patois?
No. Maybe Wagwan. That's about it.
Wagwan, branded.
Yeah, so people used to think I was Jamaican. I was like, okay, I'll take that. Because being African wasn't cool.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll be Jamaican then, I guess. And so, you know, obviously as you grow up, then, you know, you realize that, hold on, being African is royal, it's special, you know, so I wanted to claim that as well. But there's definitely something in me that I just love. I love that Jamaican culture and it's just stuck with me. Dancehall's my thing. Like, what?
So I when I was watching your story, you're actually singing a part of like one of the Jamaican songs. What's your favorite Jamaican rhythm?
Oh my gosh, my favorite.
Yeah.
I don't really have a favorite. So like I like stuff that's really old. So I like the Sim Simma, you know.
Who got a kiss to my bima? Who am I? Guys, it's funny. We're going to the dancehall group right now.
Saying like, what? Yeah.
That's all right. So now let's go back to the very beginning. When you came to Ghana, you had a channel with your partner. No, you had your own channel. It
was my own channel,
yes, titled Natural Ghana Girl. What's the concept of Natural Ghana Girl? What came into your mind for you to give birth to that YouTube channel?
It was not a plan. Again, my life is very unplanned. No, it was not planned at all. So, you know, before I came to Ghana, I had this obsession with natural hair.
Yeah, okay.
And I used to watch hours and hours of people doing their hair and I was so obsessed with it. So when I came to Ghana, I wanted to do videos on natural hair. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll be the natural Ghana girl. So it was about hair. It was actually to do with hair.
Okay.
And so I did 2 videos about natural hair. Nobody watched, 0 views.
Yeah.
And then one day I was just like, I was frustrated with some things in Ghana because I didn't know that you could have like so much light off. I didn't know you could run out of gas. I didn't know the internet will finish. So I put the camera on one day and I just started talking about all this stuff that was a surprise to me. And then people started watching and started engaging. And I was like, oh,
that's
okay.
right.
Yeah, this is new. This is different. And it kind of went from there. So that's how Natural Ghana Girl was birthed. It wasn't about me thinking I'm natural or anything. It was just because I loved hair. So it was about natural. And I was in Ghana, so I was Natural Ghana Girl. I just put the 3 words together. It took me a while to even get used to it. I was like, does that even sound right? Natural Ghana Girl. Oh, sounds kind of lame, but okay. Let's go with it. And then it just stuck.
Yeah. And you started growing, your wings and it was big. And I realized that you started doing real estate. Talking. So tell me about the journey of Natural Ghana Girl channel and where it has gotten to today.
Yeah. So with that channel, like I say, nothing was really planned on it. In fact, when I first started, I was doing videos sporadically. I didn't even know YouTube pays all. I didn't even know you could get money from that until I went.
Having fun, actually.
Yes, I was just posting anything that I thought was interesting. I'll just post until the day I met Wodemaya, and he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "But you were one of the first people here doing this YouTube thing, and you've just like you're not doing it properly." I said, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Do you know you can make money?" I said, "Eh?" You say what? Come again?
Yes.
And he was like, "Yes." He said, "Let me show you." I nearly fell off my chair. I was like, "What?" I was in Ghana and I was broke.
Yeah.
I didn't have money at the time. And I was like, so all this time I could have been doing this and tapping into all this money and I didn't know. I did not know. So the journey kind of like started as me posting videos sporadically. Then I decided to get a bit more serious. And then I was following the building journey that we were doing. And then I kind of slowed down at some point as well. And so I wasn't consistent on my channel. And I think that really hurt my channel actually. And then, I've got to the stage now where, I rebranded and Natural Ghana Girl is no more. And I rebranded to More to Della. Yeah. And it's just been a journey from there. And so I kind of started going more into real estate because people, when they saw me building my house and then I was going around to shops and I was showing what I was doing, people were so interested in that. And I would film what I was doing, like picking sinks, toilets, all of that kind of stuff. And people really wanted to know more. And so I started going more into it. And then I started getting contacted by developers saying, "Oh, would you like to come and tour our property? And would you like to help us sell this land?" And so that's really how I went into it. I never really started to do real estate like that. I was literally just doing minding my own business and just following my building journey. And that was it.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's
then
nice.
I realized I loved real estate.
Wow. And I think after you did that, because I saw some of your videos where you went so professional with it. Like there's some place where you see drones showing the land and all that. It was so good. And now have you paused on real estate, or you're still doing the real estate?
Do you know, it's funny you should ask me that. I'm actually going back into real estate.
Okay.
So I decided that there were a few things that were actually killing my channel. So I started doing vlogs and I started doing some other things because I don't like to stick to one thing. I'm a person that I like to do multiple things on the go. And so I was putting all these multiple things on the channel, and really people were actually coming to see the building process. They were coming to see the houses. They were coming to see anything to do with real estate along that line. And I was giving them other content and they didn't want to see that. And so it was killing the channel. So actually this week I reopened up my second channel because I had a second channel, which was a vlogging channel. So I reopened that back up and I'm moving all the other fun things to that. And then my main channel is going to be strictly to do with real estate. So I'm going back to it. I mean, it's my passion anyway. I love it.
Yeah, real estate is a lot. I want to ask you something about that. When you are doing that channel, do you get some percentage when you help any realtor to sell their property?
Absolutely. Hey, who works for free?
Hey.
What?
There is good in there.
Of course. But I never started out that way. You see, because I wasn't really business minded like that. I was doing things for fun.
Yeah.
So when someone contacts me and they're like, "Oh, would you do this video?" I was like, "Okay, if you could just pay me like maybe 2,000 cities, is that all right?" Yeah. And then I would do the video and I wouldn't get anything. And then I realized hold on. This person, I remember I sold this land for someone. The guy sold plenty land. Each plot was like $5,000 and people had to buy 4 plots at a time. I lost so much commission because I didn't take commission. The amount of people that would contact me and say, "Oh, I bought a plot here." When I calculate the commission there, it hurt my heart.
It was a lot.
And I missed it.
I know.
And so after that, I was like, you better wise up, because these people, they're smarter than you. They're using you. You know what I mean? Because I had such a great connection with my subscribers that people trusted me in what I was doing, and then I was giving this freely to all these developers, and I was like, no, I have to stop. I have to get something. So while I want to be able to provide content to people, I also have to make sure that I can eat too. You know, because I can't be.
And that will actually strengthen you for you to actually also do more as well.
Exactly. So then I can make my videos, but once I make money, I can buy better equipment, I can get better, look more professional, you know. So it has to work both ways. And so I learned the hard way.
It's good to learn the hard way. It actually makes you a good entrepreneur, like a good businesswoman. Now you know how to structure your plans and plan your whole journey.
Exactly.
Now let's go to personal.
Let's do it.
Let's go to personal.
Let's do it.
How many kids do you have now?
I have 4.
4. Okay, so with your
you can talk to me. I'm not shy.
Okay.
Don't call him that though. That's triggering for me. Don't call him husband. Nah.
My ex-husband.
They're my ex. Yeah.
I wanted to be polite in the conversation.
No. He's my ex. That's
ex-husband.
It. My ex. Just forget that husband. The ex. Yeah.
So
triggered.
Triggered. Yeah. We've triggered you. I want you to talk. So what happened in those good times for you guys with 4 beautiful children? Like I saw those children running around. And you guys decided to go your separate ways. What really happened? I know you said it on your channel several times, but we, the new people on this side, want to know. So tell us.
Honestly, to be honest, I haven't really brought out the full story. I've never said it. I mean, if you know me personally, you will know the story, but I've never really brought it out publicly. But honestly speaking, I think we were definitely on different journeys, and Ghana has a way of bringing out the real you. Expose this stuff, right? So anything that seemed small before when we were in the UK, it was magnified in Ghana. And you know, there are things that just were bringing out the worst. And I wanted to go in a particular direction where I wanted to try my hand at lots of things, like I say, go into real estate. I wanted to be serious about certain stuff. And honestly, I felt like I was pushing alone. I felt like I was taking on too much. At the time I was homeschooling. I was doing these videos. I was having them filmed. He filmed for me sometimes. And then I would edit, and I was just exhausted. I was like, I was a fraction of myself. And as the years were going on, I was losing more and more and more of myself. And then one day, you know, it just all hit the fan. I'm trying to tell you without telling you. You know, let's just say, right, these Ghana girls out here, they're something else sometimes. You know, like, they're dangerous. They are dangerous. And honestly, for me, that wasn't necessarily the reason, but it was the icing on the cake. There was a lot of layers to the breakdown. I'm actually in the process of writing a book, so you'll get to know about it.
Okay, but I am more to the la.
Yeah, there were a lot of layers to it, and I needed to reclaim myself, and so it was quite the journey. It was quite the journey. It was definitely unexpected. I did not see it coming. But
it's you told us that you have 4 kids, but if I see this. I'll be 16 years. I got the be like this. So if I touch my dino, I go tell mommy. Guys, she's so pretty. Like, she's 16 years and she looks so beautiful. That's how I see her. But like, she says she has 4 kids.
Yeah.
How is that possible? Like, how old is your first son or your first child?
15. He'll be 16 in December.
Wow.
Yeah.
You still look.
I mean, I have some work to do. I need to do a bit of tucking here and there, you know what I'm saying? Just tucking it up like a little bit. We've got a little bit of work to do on the body, you know?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Is it like you started life so early? Or what? Like, I just want to know, is it that you started life early?
I like to see you struggle to ask me the questions diplomatically. Yeah. It's like trying to find diplomatic ways to ask me.
You know, so that I don't want to offend her.
No, honestly, it's very hard to offend me.
Okay. So guys,
just relax.
Just relax. We are relaxed.
Let's relax. Yeah, no, honestly, I didn't. I had my first child at 29. I'm 45 now.
Wow.
Yeah. It's funny because someone actually said something to me recently. So I was talking to this guy and I said to him, how do you see me? Because I like to evaluate myself sometimes. I said, how do you see me? He said, you know what? I see you as being someone who's 24 and he kind of told me a story about myself, which was almost prophetic somehow. And it was so true. And after I finished the phone call with him, I sat back and I thought to myself, you know what? I was stuck at 24. Like, I got married when I was 24.
Okay.
And it's almost like my life had frozen at that point. And so I feel like my personality, everything was frozen at that point. And so even though I'm now 45, 20 whatever years later, I'm still at 24. So although my body is 45, I'm still very youthful. I'm still picking up. So I could be 24 and that's how I feel. I feel very young. I feel very vibrant. I feel like I want to do things. I do not feel like, for me, 45 is just a number. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Because, like, honestly speaking, I partied with her, I think it was last year, your birthday. And it was so like till I saw the cake and I was like, oh, really? Then but I got that, because I didn't go to a 45-year-old or 44-year-old birthday girl's party. I actually went to a Gen Z party. Like, there was more band, there was more MCs, there was everybody was having fun. Yeah. So like you got to know, oh wow. That's why I'm asking her this question, and I made sure like she brought it out herself, because guys, look at her, like 5 years for her to be 50, and she looks amazingly sweet.
Thank you so much.
Like you've done well for yourself anyway. You've really, really done well for yourself. Yeah. So yesterday I was asking a lady a question. So this girl has a child and the baby daddy. Okay. They are no more together. But I see them all the time. Like once a while they go to the park, they're playing with the child, they're having some nice moment. And I asked her, like, wait, I don't get it. So are you seeing this guy or you guys are separated? I said, no, we are separated. Like there's nothing. Like I'm searching. I'm not with anybody. I'm searching. I'm like, so how do you do this? Like, how can you have that mutual understanding and still say you're searching? Because if I'm a guy and I'm coming, seriously, I'll be worried. I'll really be worried. So I want to find out from you, is your 4 children's daddy still in the picture? Does he come around? Does he play with the children? How is it done?
No. He's actually moved back to the UK. So he left almost 2 years ago now. In fact, I think it's 2 years. Yeah, 2 years ago he left. No, he's not in the picture. I pretty much do everything myself.
He doesn't talk to them? Call them?
Once in a while. Yeah.
That's bad.
You're getting the tea here, because I ain't told no one that before. No, I pretty much handle everything myself.
Wow. Does it feel hectic, because living in Ghana with 4 children and doing everything all you're a superwoman, because in Ghana, no, it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's
even
hard.
The school fees, living in a rental, the groceries, like everything in Ghana is so hard now.
Yeah.
How are you able to do it? How are you managing it?
I'm just very determined. I'm very focused. I believe that there's things that are meant for me and I'm supposed to do them. And so I just put my head down, and every day I take a step and I take a step and I take a step and I just keep going. I can't focus on what he's doing or what he's not doing, because that does nothing for me apart from distract me. Yeah. I know I'm going to be great. I know I'm going to have the life that I'm supposed to have. I just need to focus and do that. So I do whatever I can do, and I just keep going.
What advice do you have for someone who is in a relationship that feels frustrated and in the relationship all alone? What advice would you have for someone like that? Like the situation you were in? Yeah.
So honestly speaking, I think we have to be very careful here, because I don't condone breaking up marriages, breaking up relationships just because you feel like it. No. Remember, I was married for 18 years. That was a very long time. I stuck it out for a very, very long time. Like I tried, but it got to the point where I call it breaking point, where it's like the final straw. Like, I cannot do this anymore. Like if I continue, I'm literally sacrificing myself, and I wasn't prepared to do that anymore. So if you're at the point and you know to yourself that, you know what, I cannot sacrifice any more of myself. This situation is not going to change. 10 years from now, I'm going to be exactly in the same spot. Then perhaps it's not for you. But if you know it's something minor that maybe you can work out, maybe you need counseling, or maybe you need it, maybe just a little break apart, whatever it is, then do that. Because you know what, hey, the dating world ain't easy.
Easy. oh.
Hey, listen, let me tell you. So I'm going to give you the tea here.
Yeah,
right?
give us a tea. Give us a tea.
I have tried talking to people, right? So, and it has been difficult. I've come across these strange characters sometimes. Like, okay, so I was speaking to a younger guy at one point. And honestly speaking, first I told myself, because anybody that asked me, I was like, I will never go date anybody below 38. No. So then I started speaking to this guy who was like 32 at the time. And I thought, okay, let me just give it a chance. Let's just see. But no, it just came crashing down. I was like, no, he's just not for me. So that ended. And then I had the relationship. I mean, I never dated the guy, by the way. Sometimes I talk to people, doesn't mean I'm dating. I'm not doing anything, right? I mean, he wasn't even in the country. So then I started speaking to this new guy. And, he was 42, so we were of a similar age. And, we seemed to vibe and it was fine. And, we had an understanding. He'd been married before. So we had some neutral ground. But honestly, it's hard. Like dating these days compared to dating
back then.
It's totally different. And for me, I'm fresh. I say that I'm a virgin to dating because I don't know what that world is like. I haven't really experienced it. Even with my ex, I'd never been on a date before. Until my this past boyfriend that I had, I'd never been on a date in my life. My ex had never taken me on a date.
Wow.
Never. I didn't even know what that was like. I'm so new and fresh to the dating world. Like I have this friend and he says to me, you're too raw. He's like, you're too vulnerable, man. He's like, anybody that you have, come run them past me first because you're too vulnerable out in these streets. Like,
I get it.
Yeah, because I really don't understand the dating world. And I have to just be very careful because obviously I do have children.
Yeah.
And, I am of a certain age and I seem to attract younger guys,
Yeah.
So,
I know you guys are looking at here. I'm also looking at here, but it's fine.
And so it's just different. It's really hard to find a partner. I've had people try and approach me. And let me just say this, right? Guys are not very forthcoming too. Listen.
Not at all.
Like they like you and they won't tell you. They expect you to just know. I'm like, if you like me, come and tell me. I'll tell you straight up if I like you back. If I don't, if I see potential, if I don't. But most guys won't do that. They'll just be like in the shadows. I'm like, and then you see me dating someone, they're like, oh, but I liked you. But,
really?
Am I a mind reader? Do you know what I'm saying? I was never closed off to dating. I was pretty much ready to date 6 months after, with my ex. I'm giving you all the day. Too much tea, man. About 6 months after my separation from my ex, I was ready to start dating. I remember I asked my friend, I was like, do you think it's weird that I want to start dating? And she was like, no. I was like, oh, okay then. Yeah. But I haven't had a lot of experience, honestly. I just feel like I'm going to sound big-headed here. I feel like I'm very special. And so I have to be for the right person. And obviously I have this quirky personality too. So I'm not for everybody. Do you know what I mean? You have to be able to handle the quirkiness. Otherwise it ain't
you have to have a PhD to come closer to it, Anyway, so what advice will you have for people who want to start a YouTube channel, be a creator and the vision over there? What advice will you have for them?
Just be consistent. Find a niche, stick to that niche and do it. I'd say before, YouTube was very much about, doing what was personal, what interested you, what you love. But now YouTube is business. Okay. So YouTube is, no matter if you enjoy doing something, it might not be for that channel. You're going to spoil your channel. Find a niche, stick to it. What the people like, whatever they're engaging with, go with that and stick to that content and keep doing that content over and over and over again and be consistent. Consistency is absolute key when it comes to these things. Because if you're not consistent, YouTube will just do and take you to the bottom. So, and it's really hard to climb up once you hit the bottom. I know because I've experienced it. So you just want to remain consistent and don't look at what other people are doing as well, because sometimes that can throw you, you know. But one thing, let me tell you something about monetization, right? Sometimes I hear people's pay that they get and they have more subscribers, more views than me. And sometimes I get paid more than them because of the niche that I'm in. So because I'm doing real estate, you get paid more for real estate than for maybe like a vlog or something like that. So you have to look at these things. So don't necessarily look at someone's views and think, oh, this person's earning all this money. It doesn't mean that. So you just have to be focused on what you're doing. get yourself some type of USP so people know you for this thing, and just run with it, you know.
Yeah. So guys, it was an interesting conversation I had with Della. She gave us all the tea we wanted to know.
Made me talk too much.
I was doing some Ispatambedia because of CID movement, and I made sure I did it well. I got all the beautiful tea, and she gave it to us. So guys, you know what to do. Just make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, and bye-bye.